5 minutes later, I call her back in and find a DVD in my drawer. She puts it in the TV and we start watching. It's like, oh goody, what episode is it? Or, never mind, what show is it? The heroine of the anime is very much like Sayori. She is selfless to a fault, but keeps getting into trouble all the time because of it. Much like Sayori, she tries to face all her enemies alone, and while she succeeds in overcoming many of them, the final trial is impossible to solve alone. So is this like Queen Beryl versus Sailor Moon? Or Queen Metalia possessing Queen Beryl versus Sailor Moon? She nearly dies as despair overcomes her. Kinda sounds like it. But finally, her friends reach out to her and help her realize how much she is truly worth. In the case of Sailor Moon, the spirits of her recently killed friends reach out to her and give her the power she needs. Yeah, Season 1 of Sailor Moon is very, very dark compared to what Deke did with it. The heroine ends up becoming a stronger person and overcoming the final enemy in the series, a being transformed from humanity's despair. There's that word again, despair. It's like, what is it with everyone's obsession with despair? It's like, Junko, are you somewhere around here? By the time we finish watching the anime, the sun has already gone down. When'd you start watching? I keep an eye on Sayori all throughout the anime. She clearly seems moved at the end. It's like, okay, Sayori, pop quiz. No. I would hate that. It's like, phone, leave me alone. It's only when the final episode ends that she speaks up. Wow, she's so cool and strong. Indeed she is. She's someone I've idealized since I was a kid. So pretty much just like me and Sailor Moon. Yes, it's like I did idealize her in a way since I was a kid. I wish I could be like that. You already are. Few people are willing to go to such lengths to help their friends without asking for anything in return. This is true. You can't give up, because I'll be lost without my friend. But I don't want you to keep thinking you don't deserve my friendship. You deserve that and so much more. Please, Do you know why I respect that character so much? Because she's not afraid to be herself. She's a good person, and that is her main source of determination throughout the series. Yes, there will always be people who will want to exploit you for your selfless kindness, but there will also be people who care about you, and who love you for your actions. You're not worthless because you're doing so much to help. Not just me, but the way you stopped Yuri and Natsuki from fighting the other day, and how you always try to be as kind as possible to everyone you meet. If someone acted that way towards you, would you go as far as to call them worthless as well? If anything, that kind of person is very unique, and we need more people like that in the world. Just my thoughts. No, I wouldn't. I'd feel very happy that they are so kind to me. That's how you make me feel. Every day. Daniel. She bites her lip and looks at my alarm clock. It's late. Maybe we should eat? I have to go soon. Sure, I'm getting hungry. I'm sorry if I made you feel awkward. Don't worry. I appreciate hearing that I'm not worthless to you. Because you're not. Sayori brings me a dinner that she made herself, and the two of us eat in silence. And apparently nothing noteworthy happened. Once we're done eating, she wishes me a good night and returns home after promising to come back tomorrow. Also uneventful. Somehow, Having someone take care of me feels really nice. But could there be another reason why I feel so warm inside of me when I think about her, and how she came to take care of me? Because you love her! Okay, well, we're working to that. Could it be because of her and not just her gesture of kindness? Yes. I failed to find the answer before I fall asleep again. Good morning, sleepyhead. A young woman's voice breaks me out of my sleep. Is that you, Mom? No. I already said there's no parents in this. I open my eyes to see Sayori standing over my bed, holding a steaming hot cup of tea in her hands. I feel a faint smile creep up on my face upon seeing her. Morning. Yeah, it's like, that's one nice way to wake up. Just seeing the woman you love just there right next to you, and... Well, anyway. Well, it's technically afternoon, but you look so peaceful in your sleep that I couldn't bring myself to wake you up. She puts the cup of tea down on my nightstand and feels my forehead. How are you feeling? I try to reply, but my cough is still pretty violent. I guess that answers your question. Sayori sighs deeply, clearly disappointed with herself. It's not your fault, Sayori. Don't blame yourself. I was hoping you'd feel better. I do. It just takes a while to recover. Yeah, I was surprised when she was... At least, it almost made it sound like he was going to be much better tomorrow, but... No, at least when I've had a cold, it takes at least maybe like 3 days or so for me. I look directly at her. How about you, Sayori? She smiles a radiant smile. I told you yesterday, don't worry about me. I'm tougher than I look. Besides, I'm here because I want to take care of you. She mutters the last line to herself, her voice sounding more distant as she does. Sayori? She notices the concern in my voice and shakes it off. It's nothing. I was just talking to myself is all. I guess I'm weird like that. Well, if you're weird like that, then so am I. I'm talking to myself right now, technically. I think it's kinda cute. She takes her hand off my forehead and backs away. Is it just my imagination, or does she tense up for a few seconds after I call her cute? No, she's just weirded out because you think talking to herself is cute. No, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Anyway, I figured that since it's already past noon, that I should wake you up. It won't do you any good if you sleep the entire day away. Her expression darkens. Oh. Well. I guess she speaks from experience. Case in point. I speak from personal experience, after all. Sayori's acting weird. Could this be her depression acting up again? Sayori, is something wrong? She shakes her head and smiles brightly. No, it's nothing. I just feel a little tired, I guess. Come to think of it, I did read that people suffering from depression often have sleep issues. And in some cases, they also feel some fatigue throughout the day. I think I should feel well enough to get up. You can go home if you want to rest. No, please don't. The desperation and fear in her voice is enough to make me flinch. She tries to smile, but I can tell from her eyes that she's scared of something. Sayori, please tell me what's wrong. Nothing's wrong. Everything's all good. No, there's something clearly missing here. Sayori. She clenches her fists. Please, Daniel, just focus on your own recovery, okay? You worrying about me makes me feel really uncomfortable. I want to help others, but please, don't worry about me. I shake my head and tell her that I can't do that. Why? It should be easy enough. You can just continue doing like you've always done. Mm, I feel like that shot's fired. Maybe not intentionally, but it's not that simple. A friendship is a mutual relationship. Exactly. You gotta help each other out in this. Hearing the words mutual relationship, Sayori seems to hesitate for a second. However, she regains her composure almost instantly and takes the cup of tea in both her hands. Anyway, just drink this up. I made it less intense than yesterday. And please don't tell me to leave. I sigh. Sure. I mean, I only said that out of concern since you seem tired. It's not like I'm telling you to get out of here because I don't want to see you. She falls silent and makes it clear she won't reply until I drink the herbal tea she brewed. Okay, so I guess... Well, obviously it's not ginger tea since that was expired. With a sinking feeling of defeat, I put the cup up to my lips and slowly make small gulps to drink up the steaming hot tea. Just like Sayori said, it's less intense. I feel revitalized as soon as it flows into my stomach. Sayori takes my cup, but instead of leaving the room, she sits down on the chair near my bed. Daniel, are you afraid of being left behind? Being all alone in the world? In real life, I actually kind of am. Let's see what MC says. Huh? No, never mind. Forget I said anything. I must be really tired if I'm rambling stuff like this right now. No, it's a perfectly legit question. I was just put off by how sudden it was. To be honest, I guess I haven't given it much thought. Sure, I would hate to be all alone in the world, but there's no reason for me to fear that since I have you as a friend. It's like, well... let me tell you, I had friends who I felt the same way about. We'll always stick together since I know you're dependable. I don't know about that, but I guess you have no reason to fear being left behind. Sayori falls silent and turns her head away from me. It's clear that she's hiding something, but I can't imagine what. Sayori, did something happen? It's nothing. You don't have to worry about it. Just forget I said anything. It's important you need to worry about... Or, it's nothing important... dang it. It's nothing you need to worry about right now. Your recovery is more important. Yeah, that's what I was mixing up the words there. I'm an idiot for even bringing that up now. Judging from her voice, she's trying to fight back her tears. She gets up from the chair and starts leaving, still wearing a bright smile on her face. Oh man, it's like that must be a real painful sight to even see. I won't allow this. Sayori, wait. I gather my strength and get out of bed. Daniel, no! Get back! You're still too weak. I ignore her and walk up to her. She shows no sign of running away. She only stands and looks at me with a bewildered expression on her face. Before she can back off, I put my arms around her. Daniel, you big dummy. Hey, that's my line. Tears start flowing down her face, or rolling down her face. You know you can trust me. I mean, you've already told me about your depression. She wipes her tears away and looks at me with a calm, serious look on her face. Daniel, please let go of me. You shouldn't waste your time trying to help me solve my own issues. Okay, more chocolate chip cookies? bunch of cookies? There's more? Yes, sir. Whatever day that was when Carrie made them. Okie dokie. Okay, if there's a sudden cut in there, never mind that. Anyways, Daniel, please let go of me. You shouldn't waste your time trying to help me solve my own issues. That's where you're wrong. Some issues are too big for one person to handle on their own, and they might need some help. Her voice is unusually sharp and harsh. Despite this, I defiantly shake my head. I won't do that, Sayori. I turn my head away and let out a violent cough before continuing. Like family to me. Maybe even more. Sayori. I'm hungry. If you can stay out of bed, it means we can go downstairs and eat. Okay, but I want you to tell me what's wrong. She nods silently. Okay, but I'm warning you, it's not a happy story. That's fine by me. If anything, at least sharing it with someone is better than keeping it all to yourself, especially if it's something that bothers you. Isn't that what friends are for? She doesn't reply and merely pushes me away before going downstairs. After making sure she can't see me anymore, I quickly change out of my pajamas and into my casual clothes. I then head downstairs, my heart pounding for some reason. Yeah, because this is a very tense and sensitive situation here. Probably the most intense dinner you're going to have for quite a while. As soon as I enter my kitchen, I see Sayori sitting by the table. I see fresh slices of bread and 2 boiled eggs lying nearby. Sayori must have bought and prepared them while I was out cold. Her expression is solemn and distant, as it seems she's lost in thought. She doesn't even notice me until I call out to her. First, let's eat. You need to regain the energy you lost. Alright. Did you prepare all of this? Yes, I wanted to make breakfast for you. Feeling touched by her kindness, I quickly dig in and, true to her word, I feel my strength returning. Well, it's not quite dinner or lunch, whatever it is. It's going to be a really intense meal either way. Despite my illness, my appetite seems to be unaffected. It's only when I finish eating that I notice Sayori hasn't even touched her share, and has been staring at me with a curious expression on her face this whole time. Not hungry? It's fine. I don't really feel like eating right now. Don't worry. Well, I guess there's no way you'll let me go without learning why I fear abandonment, huh? I shake my head. I'm here for you, Sayori. If you're unhappy and I know it, how can you expect me to be happy? You're too kind to me. I don't deserve that. She closes her eyes and sighs. Then she begins her tale, and the sad music kicks in. As she does, her voice sounds cold and emotionless, as if she was reading out a script without putting much thought into the words. As you know, I have always put others before myself. It's mainly because of my personal beliefs. I don't want to be selfish and hurt others, even if the selfish way seems to be the best way to survive. As I grew up, I had to see many people perform selfish actions just to make themselves happy. In kindergarten, one of my friends wanted a doll another girl had, so she stole it from her when the girl wasn't watching. I knew what she did, but I kept silent to not betray my friend. I acted selfish because I didn't want to lose someone who was precious to me at the time. Eventually, my friend pinned the blame on me to avoid getting into trouble. The girl she stole from hated me for it, and I could feel how much she hated me. Ever since then, I promised myself that I'd do everything I could to make others around me happy, no matter what. She falls silent and tears start rolling down her face. I try to get up, but she notices this and makes a gesture towards me that makes it clear that she wants me to stay. After a few sobs, she regains her composure and continues her tale. At the age when children attend elementary school, they become selfish. In a sense, this is kind of true. They don't really learn empathy towards others until later. The other kids in my class noticed I couldn't do anything to defend myself since that meant hurting them physically or emotionally, so they started to force me to do various favors for them. Well, what a bunch of jerks. Well, okay, I know they're kids, but that's still terrible. I did as they told me since I wanted to make everyone happy. One of them, a boy in my class, seemed to genuinely care about me. He always defended me whenever they lashed out at me if I disappointed them. Eventually, I guess I got a crush on him and devoted myself to making him happy. I would buy him sweets after school and even do his homework in his stead, no matter how much it tired me out. All to make him happy, since I was secretly, selfishly, hoping that he would like me back. It was only after 4 years that I found out he only used me. He never valued me as a person, and once I started to show clear signs of exhaustion, he started to mock me and call me weak and useless. I hate people like that. I really do. He even spread horrible rumors when I wasn't looking and slowly but surely destroyed my reputation to the point where I feared going back to school every day. Even after I learned what he did behind my back, I couldn't hate him. When he asked me for forgiveness, I forgave him immediately. Unfortunately, depending on the person, I probably would do the same thing if they meant that much to me. Jeez, what an asshole. Yeah, that's putting it nicely. It's like I could use other words to describe him. Sayori smiles bitterly and bites her lip. If only he was the only one, and if only the story ended there. Oh great, there's more. One day, he announced to me that he got a girlfriend. Oh And who'd have thought? It was the same girl whose doll had been stolen. Oh The two of them ganged up on me, telling me such awful things. How I'm nothing more than a tool. How I don't deserve friends and love. How I'm worthless. Jeez. Well, I guess it takes an asshole to know an asshole. And obviously they're perfect for each other. They were so persistent, I started to believe them, and still do. After all, this is my fault. If I hadn't been so selfish in my desire to make others happy, then maybe... She breaks down into a series of hysterical sobs. I walk over to her and hug her, letting her cry into me. Sayori, listen to me. I won't abandon you. I'm not like those assholes. I value you as a person, not for what you do, but for who you are. But I'm so scared. What if you end up finding someone better. There really isn't a question of me finding someone better. Even if I did get other friends, I would still never abandon you like that. As for you thinking you're worthless, you're not. Definitely not. Like, I wish I could tell... yeah, I wish I could tell that, or rather the last girl I loved, I wish she was more like this, instead of abandoning me. Okay. You're worth so much to me. And you're much better than you think you are. Isn't the fact that I'm standing here with you proof of that fact? If I haven't abandoned you when you're at your lowest point, you don't have to worry about me abandoning you in the future. Besides, as someone who's been abandoned by several friends and treated like a walking joke for most of his life, I know how you feel. In a sense, I guess I'm kind of a mix between both of their stories in real life. At least, I don't know if his story still applies in Natsuki and Yuri's story. But anyways, I feel her grip tighten, and for a while, I just let her sob into me while I gently stroke her. Eventually, she calms down and sighs. I'm sorry you had to see that. I don't mind. I'm happy. Now I know more about you, Sayori. I'm happy you're my friend, and helping you makes me happy as well. I don't know if it's just my imagination or not, but she feels warmer all of a sudden. Maybe because that's all she needed to hear. Thank you. You have no idea how much that means to me. Just know that you're not alone anymore. You don't have to face all your inner demons alone. That's exactly what I'm saying. I see her bright smile return. Okay, I trust you. How weird. What's up? This warmth I feel oddly relieved at having told you. I'm glad you're feeling better. Hey, that's my line. Well, you stole my line first. Don't forget I came here to take care of you, not the other way around. How could I ever forget? But you can talk to me anytime, Sayori. No matter how big or small the problem is, if you have concerns, you know I'm there for you. Like you are for me. I know, and I appreciate that so much, but I'm still afraid. I don't want to be a burden. You were never a burden to me. Since we're in the mood of confessing awkward things, I guess I should mention that without you in my life, I'd be completely alone. Nobody else takes me seriously. I doubt even my parents see me as anything other than a big doofus. Well, to be fair, I don't see his parents as anything, period, because where are they? Well, whatever. But you always take me so seriously, and treat me with respect. I owe you a lot more than I let on, you know. You're too kind. Hey, let's just end this now. Okay? Guess no more confession session. I feel like my heart is going to burst if we don't change the topic soon enough. Alright, what do you want to do? Please let me go back to taking care of you. I really enjoy it. I love the feeling of being useful to you. I let out a dejected sigh. Okay, fine. As I get up and am about to leave for my room, she calls out to me. Also, Daniel. She smiles at me. Thanks again. Talking to you always makes me feel so happy. I merely smile in response and head upstairs. The rest of the day goes on without any drama. Sayori takes care of me, and even before the day is over, I can already feel my illness steadily getting weaker. Despite the comfort, however, there's a tension between us that wasn't there yesterday. I can't stop thinking about what she told me. When she finally goes home, it's way past midnight and I'm about to go to sleep. And as I'm about to go to sleep, I realize I've been a terrible friend to her. I never really paid attention to how much she was really suffering. Sayori. Before the darkness of sleep overwhelms me, I promise myself that I'll tell her how I feel about her tomorrow. And exactly how do you feel about her? Well, guess we'll find out.